All right. So anyway, I'm here to talk about money, something we all know and love. And how does this work? And my company has a lot of it. Hey, how does this work? All right, there we go. So my company has a lot of it, and it's all for people like yourself, small business owners. We are a non-bank direct lender, meaning that we are funded by people like this, the Garrison Investment Group, Leo Group, and also Leo Investment Group. They provide us the funds to lend out to small businesses across the country. And I repeat, I am not a bank, so nothing that we do resembles a bank in any way except the fact that we provide you with money. So we're an online small business lender. So we provide loans between $50,000 and $500,000 through a process like Don mentioned that takes you 10 minutes to apply and then 48 hours to get funded if you are approved. The reason we came up with this idea in general was because the market was so broken. Small businesses cannot access capital efficiently, or it's very unlikely they'll even get it once they apply for it. So this is what the market really looks like. I mean, for the banks, if you ever worked with a bank, you know their process is completely horrible. I mean, they take you through months and months of paperwork to probably get a decision that you're not going to like. And back in 2008, when I first had the idea for Fundation, it was amazing. Like, the world just fell apart, and everyone's talking about how banks just can't do their job. They're not good. They're not good. And then everyone was saying, oh, they're not lending to small businesses. But the truth of the matter was they never lent to small businesses. It was only being highlighted in 2008 because no one had any money, right? So we looked at the reasons why, right? And the main reason is a cost-benefit trade-off that they have to go through, right? So it costs a bank the same amount of money, the same amount of resources to do a $100,000 loan, make 6% on it, as it would doing a $5 million loan backed by commercial real estate, completely secured, no risk whatsoever, and they get 6% on that too. So where are they going to allocate their resources? Probably that $5 million loan they're going to make $1 million off of eventually, right? So small businesses are left in the dark, right? So the other problem is that banks their technology is horrible, right? They have legacy technology systems that don't allow them to update to the new age of data and whatnot. And small business customers are tricky to deal with. Your personal lives and your business lives are closely aligned, right? So there's not one equation that works, and the banks are not equipped to deal with that. So not only do they not have the resources, they don't have the technology to do anything with you guys, right? And then they're bogged down by regulators. So everything they do is under a microscope. So it makes it even more difficult for them to serve the small business community. So when you deal with a bank and you walk in there, this is what you're going to find. Really outdated, bunch of nerds, not going to know what to do with you, right? So that was part of the problem. Banks will not lend to small businesses whatsoever. So what happened? Before we came to market, all the guys on top came to market. There's a few merchant processors here that offer cash advances, which is a product that came to be because businesses need access to credit, right? What a cash advance is basically, it's like a payment contract, right? A lot of you might have them or have used them in the past. So they'll say, all right, well, I'll give you $15,000, and for every dollar I give you, you're going to owe me back $1.30. And I'm going to take a percentage of your credit card volume over the course of however long it takes to pay me back and get that $1.30 for every dollar I gave you. Now that's okay. That's not a terrible product, but say you have a surge in profits and things are going really well. The next thing you know, they're taking 10% of your credit card volume and you're not making any money because you're paying 90% APR, right? So what happened was the cash advance world became saturated and it was good. Then some other people came to play and said, you know what, we're going to take this model and we're going to make it into a term loan. But it's not even a loan. It's still a payment contract where they're saying, all right, now you owe me that same $1.30, but you owe it back to me in 6 months. And you're going to need to pay that money back to me every day. I'm going to debit $500 or $600 from your primary checking account. And some of these guys will do it even on Saturday or on Sundays or Saturdays and Sundays. So when Monday comes, you have $1,500 debited from your checking account. And that's probably the worst way to start Monday morning, if you ask me. So what I consider it's like having Tony Soprano showing up at your doorstep every day, saying, "Give me $500 to operate your business." Right, so we realized the market was very dislocated and there needed to be a solution that served the needs in terms of a product and also a process, right? So the banks had a crappy process, they won't serve small businesses, and these other guys have a crappy product that doesn't allow a business to invest in their business long enough, and they have a payment contract long enough to see a return on that investment. So we developed a product I'll go into later that's a 2, 3, or 4-year term loan with payments twice a month that allows businesses to actually invest in their business to see a return on the things they need. It's a project-based financing product, an intermediate term loan, right? But the reason I'm here is because we don't want to just be your money guys, right? We do, but we also want to be like part of your entourage. So we're pretty cool. We're a different kind of lender that's out there. Just like you use Don for your software, you can use us for your money and trust us that we're going to give you the best advice we can to make your business great. All right, so what do you use our money for? Right? Like I said, project-based financing, but as a small business nowadays, you realize that the way you ran your business 10 years ago is not the way you can run it now. You have to figure out a way to stay relevant. That requires you to make investments in your business in order to stay relevant for your customers, right? So we consider our product, like I said, a project-based financing tool for business expansion opportunities. We finance people like Don who have an opportunity to buy a building. We finance people like auto repair shops who want to add different services and service different cars. So we have one borrower down in Georgia who came to us and said, I've been servicing BMWs my entire life, and now I want to now service the Audis, Lamborghinis, Ferraris that are in the area. I need $150,000 to do so. He came to us, and he had been working with the bank for, I kid you not, 90 days at that point, trying to get a home equity line, which he couldn't even do because there was actually no reason he couldn't. His credit profile looked great. He came to us, gave me a call. I had him apply on the spot. It's a 5-minute application. He was approved on the spot. He gave us his follow-up documentation. We evaluated in 24 hours. He had $150 grand in his account in 2 days. And now he's running that business, servicing Ferraris all over Buckhead. So it's a really interesting way of going about getting your hands on capital to stay relevant in your community. Now, the other things we don't lend for, like the cash flow management products. If you're late in your bills and you're going under or something really bad happens to you, we're probably not the right product for you. The cash advances are designed to come in for those types of products because they ebb and flow with revenue, right? So if you're late in your bills and you need a kind of a short cash injection to keep yourself back on track, you can go with the cash advance and use that for the cash flow management opportunities, but think about us for project-based financing. So like I said, our product is at $50,000 to $500,000 and can be paid back over 2, 3, or 4-year terms. The payments are twice a month. There is, all the payments are automatically debited from your checking account on the 1st and 16th of the month. And the collateral required is, we're not going to appraise any collateral. I mean, we're realistic lenders in the fact that most of these businesses don't have any collateral value, right? We're in a service-based economy. I'm not going to, if I lend to, I give $100,000 to a wedding dress shop and they go bad on their loan, I'm left with 1,000 wedding dresses. I'm not sure how to liquidate that. I can't sell that money. I can't get any money out of those. So we require a personal guarantee and then an all-asset lien in the business with the hope that we collect something if something were to go bad. But the whole goal of ours is to keep you on track. We will work with our customers if things go bad for you and you need to adjust your payments and whatnot. We will work with you as best we can to make sure that you have a payment structure that makes the most sense for you. And along those lines, when we offer you a deal, we will give you 2 or 3 year terms with different payment structures or a 3 or 4 year option so you can choose which payment makes the most sense for you over the long term. Our rates are risk-based, so you're going to pay a slight premium to us than you would working with a bank. And the truth of the matter is we're offering a product that doesn't exist for most of our customers, and we're offering access to capital for most of our customers. But for the bank quality customers who just don't want to walk into a bank and deal with the 90 days worth of back and forth and endless amounts of paperwork, we're offering a better process. So you'll pay a slight premium for that, but it's all risk-based, and we promise you that we'll make sure that you have a payment that will not be a detriment to your cash flow. We do have some minimum requirements. We require that you have at least $250,000 in annual sales. Anything below that, it's very tough for us to offer a $50,000 loan for. You've been in business for at least 2 years. That's a data requirement. Because we use technology to underwrite these small businesses, we need you to have some level of history so we can collect enough data on you to make a risk decision on you. And we think that having at least 3 employees is a good sign because you're not fly by night. You know, there's people relying on you for their paycheck, and you're going to do the best that you can to stay in business for those people. So if you look at what our process is like compared to that of a bank, your application, it's 10 minutes. When you're working with a bank, it's 7 to 10 days if you have the time to sit down on a Sunday and work for about 5 hours straight filling out the stacks of paperwork. Has anyone here ever applied for an SBA loan? Was it fun? No? Do you want to do it again? You can probably just come to us, though. That's what. But anyway, so the paperwork's tremendous, and then once you submit the paperwork, they're actually going to send that application off to somewhere in Columbus, Ohio, where a guy you never met's going to look at that application and determine whether or not you fit all the rigid requirements that they need to feel comfortable guaranteeing your loan, right? So some of those requirements include having a 10-year lease on your office space. You might want to move, you might expand out of it, but you need a 10-year lease in order to get approved for a small business loan, or approved for an SBA guarantee. So once that all occurs and it goes back and forth, you have wasted about another month talking with the underwriter, getting questions answered, having follow-up documentation, and with us, all that's taken care of within a day. I will guarantee if you apply for a loan on Fundation.com, you'll hear from someone if it's before 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, you'll hear from them the same day, and you will guarantee to hear from our customer concierge, Sarah, within 24 hours. Just to say, hey, we got your application. This is what my underwriters are thinking right now. They might ask for follow-up information, but they might not. And sometimes that 24-hour follow-up call will just be for our underwriters to talk to you a little bit, get to know you and your business, and they'll actually come with a decision maybe that same day they talk to you with a loan offer that you can actually take back and then make a call on. So essentially, we are condensing what's typically, to be generous, a 45 to 60-day process into a 10-minute online application, 1-day follow-up and review, and then funding the very next day. So you can actually get your hands on up to $5,000 within 2 days. So what does our process actually look like? This is our Get Started screen. You go to Fundation.com, you press Get Funded, you will see this screen. Everything is designed to make your life as simple as possible. We will never ask for any more information than you typically would give to apply for a business credit card. So the most sensitive information we're going to ask for is your social security number, your employer identification number. And we'll ask things about your net worth and your estimated income, your estimated household income, so we can gauge whether or not you've lived a lifestyle that we feel is conducive to us providing credit. So you give us your email, your name of your business, where you operate your business. We do not lend in North Dakota, South Dakota, or Vermont, which shouldn't be a problem for anyone here, I would hope. And then you pick your business. So we make it, if you ever filled out another application online, typically you had these drop-down boxes that take forever. We made it very simple. For most of the people here, you guys are providing a service, so you click that box, and it'll take you to other screens that allow you to pick your exact industry. The next thing we do, and what we do that's very different than most lenders that are out there, is we provide real-time feedback to people throughout the application process. So you're not just giving us a bunch of information into a black box, we're actually taking it in and evaluating it in real time. So you tell us that you're an auto repair shop, we're gonna say, all right, boom, auto repair shops default at a 12% rate historically. Their profit margins are X. Your average loan size is $150,000, right? So you learn something about your business and then what the risk profile is of your business, so you're not left in the dark as to how we see those types of businesses. So once you, sorry, I gotta go back, but once you tell us your industry, you're gonna tell us how much money you want, you press continue, and then we're gonna start asking information about your business. You give us your first name, you give us your business name, you tell us your annual sales, number of paying customers, your employees, how long you've been in business, are you franchised? There's some easy drop-down questions that should take you about 1 to 2 minutes to fill out. Then you get another feedback screen. So what we do is we employ this concept called a report card, where throughout the time that we're collecting information from you, we will give you the feedback to let you know how you're doing. So if you get all reds, you're gonna understand that, hey man, you're not looking too good, you may not be a Fundation customer, but our whole brand is we're gonna help you out no matter what. Hopefully we can find a solution that does work for you. But if you're in the blue and the green and some of the orange, you're looking pretty good. You're probably gonna get a decision at the end of this process. So here is the most personal information we're gonna ask for. This is where we ask for your income is, what your net worth is, and then we'll ask your social security number. So once you press continue, we will actually do our first data call. So what we do is we collect information in real time. We evaluate that information in real time. We run all of our rules. We just figure out how much we think your debt service capacity is on the personal level. We looked at all your assets. So we saw Don's boat, Don's 18 houses that are out there in Monterey, and the golf course he owns. And then we give real-time feedback about what we looked at, your personal credit profile. And we show you how you stack up against other people who are in this country. You have a good credit profile, very bad. I mean, you guys pretty much know how your credit is based on your history. So we're just showing you in real time what we're looking at. Look at your payment history, look at how long you've had credit, how much do you owe on your bills, and then do you have any public records outstanding, like tax liens or other derogatory information. And then we ask for your employer identification number. And then we ask you, why are you asking us for money? That allows us to say, are you serious about this? And we do take use of proceeds very seriously because we want to make sure that you are investing in your business so you're going to make your business better. Right? But the other things that you can borrow for, like debt refinances, also are going to make your business better because it's going to improve your capital structure. Right? So just give us a brief outline of what you're using the money for, then press continue, then we're going to collect the rest of the data that we need. This is all business-related information, it's fraud-related information, things that connect you in the business. We look at things that are pretty cool, like how far away do you live from the business that you operate. So you tell me you operate a business in Florida, but you live in Washington, I'm going to have a few questions for you. Right? But it's pretty cool how it's all done in real time. So then you get another feedback screen, and we look at your overall credit profile, just showing you, all right, you look excellent. And up on the top left, you have all the other attributes that we looked at. You press continue, and we're saying, all right, awesome, you're preliminarily approved for $120,000 over the course of 3 years. Right? So right there, you have a loan offer from us saying that based on this initial collection of information, we feel enough comfort in your business and your past performance to offer you a maximum loan amount of $120 over the course of 3 years. When you press continue, I'm not going to show you this page, but we ask more fraud-related questions that we collect information from a data source of ours that basically we call out-of-wallet questions that say, hey, miss, what color car did you drive in 1984? Green, orange, or blue? Or who was your roommate in college? And it'll have the names of all those people. So it's really cool, but it basically ensures us that you are the person applying for credit through Fundation. So once you pass that process, you get to this screen where we'll start giving, right now we're rolling out a new feature where we're actually going to give real-time offers. Where we're going to start saying, you're approved for 120 grand at 10% over the course of 4 years. And you have 3 different offers that look like that over 3 years, different rates, different terms, and whatnot. So you can actually choose it on the spot. For now, we actually populate this chart right here that says the likelihood that you're going to get approved and the likelihood you're going to get an amount for your loan that's in line with what you requested. So once you're done with that, you are done. You wait 24 hours to hear from us. We will get in contact within that time period. You provide us with additional information if you would like. The next screen here would actually ask you if you'd like to provide us with your bank account information where we can collect the historical transactions on your bank account in real time and run rules so you don't have to provide us with bank statements. We'll be able to see your daily cash flow in and out. We'll be able to see your average balances in your account. So you don't have to actually give us any paperwork whatsoever. So that's the process. And like here's the story of the guy I just told you. The auto repair shop in Georgia came to me 24 hours later, or 48 hours later at 150 grand, offering new services right now. He's probably doubled in revenue, he told me, since he came to us. And this is another guy who I absolutely love. This guy, 500 grand. He was using a cash advancing product beforehand. He was saying to me that he's paying something like 40 grand a day, or 40 grand a month in principal and interest. And he came to me, he gave me a call. I put him through the system. He was approved instantly. He has an awesome business. He provides homeopathic chambers to hospitals for wound care. And he's signing up hospitals left and right. And like every time he signs up a hospital, he needs some money to get it done. And he's doing 5 million plus. He thinks he's doing 10 million this year. And he got 500 grand in his account in 48 hours. So it is possible. It does work. We've lent out about $20 million worth of loans at this point. And we actually released a campaign in November that we are going to be investing $100 million in Main Street over the course of this year, trying to create 1,000 jobs. And it's called job funding. And you can follow our results on our website. But hopefully one of you guys becomes a part of that. Thank you for your time. You have any questions?
Do you loan out money if they have a tax limit?
Depends. If it's outstanding and there's no payment plan in place, we probably will not if it's above 7 grand. But if you have a payment plan in place and we figure that, or if the money is actually going to pay off the tax lien, we might get comfortable with it. So it really depends on the individual situation. So what we do is we know one piece of information is going to override the other. We have a few things that we call metal detectors that are automatic no-goes. But what we try to do is we put together what we call a 360-degree view of what a customer looks like from an industry, personal, the owners, the business, the geography, everything that we can take in to figure out what this person looks like as a business owner and what this business looks like as a business. All right, go ahead.
So on the slide, it looks like your interest rates are prime plus what?
We're not based on prime at all. Our rates range from $7.99 for the highest quality customers. People are looking for a better process, up to $24.99 for more of those subprime candidates that just need access to capital through a better product.
So if inflation goes in, interest rates rise, you'll stay at the rate?
Probably. We might adjust a little bit. It really depends. We'll play some interest rate games, but nothing to do with our customer experience, though.
Would you loan money to a shop who wanted to buy used car inventory to then get it back?
We've done that before. Yep. So business expansion opportunities is our bread and butter. What we'll do is we'll evaluate the current viability of the business to then evaluate whether or not that business as a standalone can service the debt. And if so, we feel comfortable. You're going to expand into other lines of business, but the current business that you have is going to be able to pay us back, so we feel good about it. Anyone else?
When
Mark?
the commitment comes from Fundation to the applicant, how does it come? What does it look like?
It happens a few different ways. If you're talking to me every day, you're calling me, asking me questions, I'll probably give you a call and tell you what the offer looks like, then email it to you as well with a commitment letter that's formally prepared. Or what we'll be doing recently is we're going to be presenting real-time offers now online where you get through this process. It's going to say choice A, B, or C, and you choose one. and that's your commitment letter, and then we'll figure out whether you want to take that after our initial call, and then we'll just send loan documents, and we'll execute those electronically and fund the next day.
You mentioned that you have, you make alternative recommendations if the person is.
Yeah, so we work with some partners. The broker world out there, I'd recommend just kind of staying away from. There's a lot of people that aren't going to push the best product for you. They're going to push the product that gives them the most fees. But we do work with select brokers that we hand customers off to that will place them in the product that makes the most sense for their business. And these are guys that are very reputable and actually write for many publications that are very esteemed. Anyone else? All right, thank you very much, guys.